And now another RE Flash News. Brought to you by Umbrella Incorporated.
Good evening, survivors. Alyssa Ashcroft here, bringing you the latest updates straight from the heart of the outbreak. Tonight, we've got breaking updates from every corner of the biohazard world. First, we'll take a closer look at Resident Evil Requiem. Capcom has finally revealed the pre-order bonuses and deluxe edition contents, and will break down every detail of what players can expect before launch, from exclusive outfits and in-game items to special audio and collectible extras that fans won't want to miss. Next, we turn our attention to Resident Evil Survivor Unit. Capcom has finally confirmed the game's official release date, ending months of speculation. But that's not all. Alongside the announcement, we've got fresh details about its core gameplay, team mechanics, and how this new chapter plans to redefine the series' cooperative survival experience. Let's take a closer look. And finally tonight, we move from the games to the big screen. Filmmaker Zach Cregger, known for Barbarian, is stepping into the world of Resident Evil, and new leaked photos from the set are giving us our first glimpse at his vision for the franchise. But what exactly do these photos reveal? And how closely will Cregger's adaptation follow the source material? Let's break down everything we've learned so far. While we wait for Resident Evil 9 Requiem to come out on February 27th, 2026 on PC, PS5, Xbox Series, and Nintendo Switch 2, Capcom just dropped a 10-minute video called Road to Requiem. As its name suggests, this video paves the way for the launch of the new title in its legendary horror franchise, with several surprise announcements that go beyond the story of Grace Ashcroft. Let's take a closer look, flashlight in hand. 4 years after Village, we will soon be treated to a new canonical episode in the horror saga in just 4 short months, featuring Grace Ashcroft, the main protagonist of Resident Evil 9. Capcom has announced that pre-orders are now open for all platforms, with several editions available. The standard edition includes the base game, or a keycard on Switch 2, and the pre-order costume Apocalypse for Grace. The deluxe edition includes all the elements of the standard edition, plus 5 additional costumes, 2 visual filters, 4 weapon skins, 2 charms, the Raccoon City Classic audio pack, and the Letters from 1998 files. The Steelbook edition includes the contents of the deluxe edition of Resident Evil 9 Requiem, as well as a steelbook and a limited edition lenticular card. Capcom has also announced several other huge surprises related to this 9th installment, and to the franchise in general. The Nintendo Switch 2 will feature a Generation Pack priced at $99.99, including Resident Evil 7, Village, and Resident Evil 9 Requiem. The Nintendo Switch 2 is still getting special attention, as a Switch 2 Pro controller in Requiem colors was also announced. Similarly, Grace Ashcroft will be the first character in the Resident Evil series to get her own amiibo, sometime in the summer of 2026. The final surprise related to Resident Evil 9 Requiem is for players who want to buy it on PC via the Epic Games Store. It will come with exclusive items in Fortnite, including Grace's outfit, when the game is released on February 27th, 2026. More information on this is expected to be released at a later date. With 2 million pre-registrations already, the strategy gacha Resident Evil Survival Unit just misses Halloween, as it will be available on November 18th. To celebrate the release date, there is no new trailer, but a new summary of the game mechanics. Resident Evil Survival Unit will ask us to rebuild a ruined mansion and transform it into a veritable fortress in order to survive repeated attacks from the undead. To do so, we will be able to recruit a whole host of iconic characters from the franchise and their inevitable seasonal variations, all of whom will have unique skills. In addition to rebuilding and defending the mansion, Resident Evil Survival Unit will obviously offer us the chance to explore the infamous streets of Raccoon City, to find resources and eventually encounter other camps of survivors. These missions will be punctuated by regular clashes with cult adversaries. For now, the gacha focuses on the very first games, so we'll be able to encounter hunters, tyrants, and even Mr. X. That's about all we know at the moment since, as mentioned above, Capcom and Aniplex are being rather stingy with visuals and videos. Resident Evil Survival Unit will be available on Android and iOS on November 18th. It should be noted that Capcom's title will be doing the opposite of a limited regional release, as it will be available almost everywhere around the world except South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, Vietnam, Indonesia, Brunei, Myanmar, and Mongolia, which will have to wait until early 2026. All Resident Evil fans will tell you, Capcom's franchise and the world of cinema really don't mix well. Whether we're talking about the 6-part series starring Milla Jovovich or the latest adaptations such as Welcome to Raccoon City and the Netflix series, critics have always been unanimous. It's extremely bad. However, this hasn't stopped Capcom from continuing its momentum, with a new film directed by Zach Cregger currently in the works, and the first images have just been released. It appears that filming for the new Resident Evil movie has officially begun on the streets of Prague, as evidenced by these photos posted by the Prague Reporter. And while the director of Barbare and Evanouie has already confirmed that this will not be a literal adaptation of the Capcom games, it seems that the script will take us to a snow-covered version of Raccoon City. So we may not get to see the most famous characters from Resident Evil, which is probably for the best, but at least we'll have the pleasure of revisiting the iconic city from the first games. A city that will certainly not be lacking in action, since, according to the Prague Reporter, scenes involving car chases and explosions were already filmed between October 29th and November 2nd. As a reminder, the next Resident Evil adaptation is set to hit theaters on September 18th, 2026. For now, very few details have been revealed by Cregger, who has simply stated in the media that he intends to offer a very personal take on Capcom's universe. This statement is naturally far from reassuring for fans, even if the success of the director's latest films might encourage them to give him the benefit of the doubt. As for the cast, Austin Abrams, Paul Walter Hauser, Zach Cherry, Callie Reese, and Jonna Wilson have all been announced as taking part in the adventure. Their exact roles, however, have yet to be specified. That said, with filming currently underway and a release date less than a year away, we should learn more about this future Resident Evil film, produced in collaboration with Sony Pictures, fairly soon. That wraps up tonight's briefing. From new game updates to cinematic leaks and unexpected crossovers, the world of Resident Evil continues to evolve, and we'll be right here to follow every development as it unfolds. Until next time, stay alert, stay prepared, and as always, stay alive. I'm Alyssa Ashcroft, and this has been Resident Evil News. Good night.